Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Today's video, there's going to be quite a bit to cover. We got a lot of events going on right now. We also have some promo codes for you guys. So I'm just going to lay it out on the screen right now. Keep in mind that there is 24-hour cooldown on these. So make sure you guys wait a day, or it'll only allow you one day. So on the screen right now, Undead Treat and Spooky 23. Both of those are individual working promo codes. They don't give you much, some chickens, some energy, some multi-battles, but it is a little something. Let's jump right into what's going on in the game right now. So right now, in the patch notes, they did say something about a new overlay. So it looks like this. I mean, sure, that's pretty cool. You can check out the view here. So in the view, we have Festival of Lights, or Festival of Frights, sorry. It is ending in 2 days and 2 weeks and 6 days. If you guys saw the Titan event, it actually ends in 2 weeks and 1 day. So make sure you guys keep in mind the timing of the events don't always line up properly. This seems to be a, Plarium trademark. They never make things super easy. There are always some little bits to confuse you, so definitely keep in mind the timing of everything. All right, so at the bottom here, we have an extra Halloween extra legendary event about to start in 14 hours. So this is the event where when you pull a legendary, you get an extra legendary for free. It's a really good event if you know how many shards it's taken you to pull your last legendary. So if you're really close to Mercy on the type of shard, then it's definitely worth targeting these type of events to get extra legendaries for your shards. We've been advised that it is 2x ancient, so anybody that's seen other news otherwise, that's probably not accurate. It's 2x ancient shards, so you will get 2 legendaries from ancient shards only. Sorry, I want to rephrase that. 2 legendaries from ancient shards only, not 2x chance. All right, so make sure that's clear. We have a hero's path starting in about 14 hours. We have a couple things going on right now. So drop fever, there's 3x savage going on. That was mentioned to us in the patch notes. We have a theme dungeon divers that's going on right now. I mean, it's just normal dungeon divers, so nothing too amazing. And we have a current demon spawn turn attack Fire Knight tournament, which we can hop into right now. So this event, I don't know, this Fire Knight turn attack, it's so inclusive. Most people cannot do this properly or at a proper rate. They just can't do this, right? So it's a really bad event to include everybody. So that's going to be my take on it. In the past, if we're going to look at the reward structure, we're looking for Titan points here, right? So in the past, the most recent one was the Ultimate Death Knight Titan event. And that event actually had a lot of turn attack dungeon events, but they weren't limited to factions. So then they can be done more efficiently. So with faction specific rules, you're going to be less likely to be able to farm food, do higher levels, basically double dip, get more value from your energy. So it's kind of a stinky thing that Plarium's doing to us. So not a big fan of that. It's definitely not inclusive to everyone. So right away off the bat, new players will be very discouraged to even bother trying. We have this Curse Masquerade path that's going to pop in 14 hours. I assume it's going to be, it might be, if Plarium is very generous, it'll be shard related, since there is a ancient, extra legendary ancient event. If it is shard related, then that's very generous, but I do think it's going to be training for sure. And the other one, it could be artifact. It could be artifact, training and artifact. But if it's training and shards, then that's actually pretty good, because training and shards actually work well together. So if you guys are going for this Halloween event, so you notice how there's so many events and they're all kind of lining up into this Halloween Titan event. So the main event, the main prize from this is this 4-star Sun Wukong blessing. So if you guys are, grinding your blessings out on champions, you guys know how hard it is to reach these higher tier blessings on your champions, especially ones that you use mainly. So getting a 4-star Sun Wukong here for relatively doing, normal things in the game and only going to take you maybe a week or 2 as opposed to 3, 4, 5 months, and that's regular grinding. This is very high value, to be honest. It's very high value. You get immediate value because Sun Wukong is actually a great champion. Everyone has him. I would say, even compared to like UDK, he might even be more useful than UDK. So just something to keep in mind. I did pull up some old screenshots here from the UDK Titan event so we can compare how these rewards actually compare. Because in my opinion, I think Plarium is definitely turning the screws on the player base by adding the demon spawn requirement to the turn attack for Fire Knight. They're making the events harder. So the Titan points are harder to acquire. Okay, so I think that's what they're doing. And I mean, it's nothing new. We definitely seen it from Plarium before. Let me grab the screenshots here. All right, here we go. So this is level 2. So level 2, we start with the in here, the top left hand side corner. So we have a ancient shard at 280. So let's pull up the level 2. So is there an ancient shard at level 2? Yes, there is. Ancient shard at 280. So it looks like the same. Energy is slightly cheaper, 160 versus 180. 50 gems is also nice. That's actually a little bit of a bonus. And core hammers, we got a 3-star speed glyph. They took away that. Instead, they gave us Plarium points. Plarium points. Very good. Very good. Where are they valuing this stupid spirit potion? They're giving us 4 spirit potions for 260. And then they're giving us 2 spirit potions for 240 here. So actually a little bit of an upgrade for the early milestone. Let's check out milestone 3. So milestone 3 at 330, we got Immortal Soulstone. In the UDK event, we got 150 silver. We got Immortal Soul Essence here at 450. They're giving us core hammers. Let's see here. What about down here? They're giving us 100 lesser oil, better than the brews that the UDK event had. So far, no epic book. No epic book at 570. They got a 4-star chicken. So far, actually, the first 2-3 milestones are actually pretty good. Like pretty good for in terms of reward comparison. Let's compare level 4. Level 4 here. So this is level 4, this bottom right graph here. Bottom right. So we got a void shard at 960. So where's the void shard here? At 840. And at 960 you have an Immortal Soulstone. So the Immortal Soulstone actually shows up at 1350 at the UDK. Wow, actually I'm kind of surprised. There's actually a pretty clean sweep in terms of less Titan point requirement for some of these rewards. So the void shard notably is less points, as well as this Immortal Soulstone. And we get a Primal Soulstone here, a Primal Shard popping up instead of a 5-star epic Chaos Ore. I mean, so far it looks much better actually. And then let's go to the final milestone. Let's see what we're dealing with here. So we got an avatar, which they don't provide here, but you see the legendary book goes down to 1400 from 1450. The barrel goes down to 1300 from 1400. So this is the UDK. So the spreadsheet is a UDK Titan event. What do we got? We have 6-star speed glyph instead of a 5-star speed glyph. And then we got 100 oils instead of 10 charms. Thankfully, they got rid of these stupid 5 arcane potions and they're giving us eternal soul stones and a 6-star chaos ore instead of core hammers. Well, actually, instead of the chaos epic ore. So and a mythical book too, a mythical steel tome right here. So actually, you know, across the entire board, I was actually wrong. Across the entire board, Plarium actually has upped their game in terms of providing us better rewards per points. However, keep in mind that the points I believe will be harder to acquire. They will be harder to acquire. So, but there are some juicy rewards here, better than the UDK Titan event. Like I said, Wukong I feel is a slightly more versatile champion compared to UDK, especially for mid-game players. I know UDK is going to be a staple for like arena defenses and all that stuff, but for like somebody still progressing, I think Wukong is a little bit better. Unfortunately, I don't have any screenshots of where these points end up. But these are pretty deep dungeon divers, but it is a 4-day event. Like I said, it's probably going to be training. Hopefully there's going to be shards involved for this Cursed Masquerade thing. But, you know, overall, I think it's definitely worthwhile to go for this 4-star Wukong if you can do it. You get some extra crit damage if you're building a attack-based damage dealer, and you get some extra accuracy if you're going just for support. The void shard comes relatively cheaply as well. I mean, if you can go to 1,000, definitely go for it. But I think 1,500 is definitely worth it as well, especially with how rare these mythical skill tomes are. I mean, it's not bad to stock these up if you can. Obviously, if you're like in the mid game, you're just getting through some of this. Getting even the 2-star here is actually going to be very good. But yeah, I think overall on first glance, it actually looks pretty good. But of course, if all the events end up being like this, Fire Knight turn attack with this hard restriction like this, I don't know how it's going to be for most players in the game. I think this is a really bad thing from Plarium, like just in terms of like being inclusive for all players of all progression levels. I know that one of the big complaints for the UDK Titan event was the lack of ability for new players to even participate. So obviously adding a faction restriction makes it even worse. And I don't think Plarium learned from that big mistake actually. So I think they're upping the ante in terms of the reward structure here, but I don't think these points are going to be easy to get. So anyways, guys, that's it from me. Make sure you guys plan accordingly. Like I said, some of the dates don't line up as normally with what Plarium does, right? So, and honestly, I don't think a fusion's coming, but I know Plarium has dropped a Halloween fusion in the past near the end of Halloween before. So like at Halloween and then lasting 2 weeks into November. So it's kind of out of the realm of possibility, but it's definitely possible. I know these big Titan events kind of replace fusions almost. And like I said, they're actually kind of better because you get immediate use from them and you know what you're getting and you can skip if you want. But you know, I wouldn't count them totally out, but if there's going to be at least 2 shard events to complete this Titan event, you know the points are going to come from the shard events. You know, there's going to be big points there. Sorry, I forgot to say there's going to be 1,750 total points out of 15, and you need 1,500 of that to cap this. So you do have some wiggle room, but you know most of the points are coming from shard events. And if you don't have shards, then I think you're going to miss out on some of these top rewards, but that's okay. But yeah, in terms of future looking, I don't know if there's going to be a fusion. I doubt it, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I provide some insight, and let me know what you guys are planning to do, whether this is worth going for, and whether you guys even have the resources to go for it. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.